Hey, Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to Tour de France 24, episode 19. There's something in there. There's numbers, there's words. I can get them out. Venturini won the opening stage with Gorka Izaguirre in second, and it's got us in a strong position, still leading the GC, even though a small breakaway was able to win stage number 2. Currently, I am the King of the Mountains leader on 6 points. And other than the team classification where we sit second, the only other classification that we are relevant in is combativity, where I currently lead by 100 and almost 30 kilometers. With the 3 stages to come, it's unlikely that we're going to be able to hang on to that overall, but it's quite likely that I can hang on to the King of the Mountains, as these are literally the final 4 climbs of this race, meaning there's only 6 points left. I sit on 6 points with a fairly comfortable lead. So this is a great opportunity in those regards. And then a totally flat stage 4 and a team time trial for stage 5, where we're most likely going to drop to the wayside. Fatigue is already starting to get pretty high for me, and it sounds like we're encountering some heavy winds today, but I've got to be in the break. This is the King of the Mountains on the line. Depending on who's in the breakaway today, this is also finalizing and securing the combativity award. I had very quickly gotten out to a half minute, but with others attacking, the peloton has started chasing and they're actually pulling it back. We're up to 9 here. There's 3 just behind, and the 12 of us look like the peloton wants to chase like crazy. So I'm not sure that this is going to succeed as a breakaway, and I might have to give it a second go after this is reeled in. Riding flat out for quite a while. Not everybody in the group is actually working. Myself amongst those not working. There's currently 4 putting all the work in at the front of this group. 1 rider was dropped from this group, falling back to the other 3, and those 3 finally got too fatigued, and all 4 of them ended up falling back to the peloton. And once that happened, once it was down to 8 of us, the peloton has now finally sat up and allowed us to go out to 3+ minutes. And I take a turn for the first time since the very beginning of this group coming together. The other 7 are all first timers in a breakaway in this tour as we come up on the intermediate sprint. So combativity, as long as I'm not dropped here real soon, is in the bag, and King of the Mountains should be in the bag. All I really need to do is claim a single point, and it's mine. I wasn't going full gas. I kind of figured none of them necessarily would. I'm not really in the points classification. A comfortable second is kind of disappointing, because I think if I had gone flat out at the time that I was thinking I could and should go flat out, probably could have won that. Abrahamson, he was pretty quick.
This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
2K to go on this first climb of the day. It's 1 point, and I'm intent on doing the double here if possible, but the intensity has actually been pretty high. I'm just going flat out. I didn't want to use up my red bar until I hit the front and then attack the group and then use the gel. But at this point, they've ridden hard enough that I think it's really taken a lot out of the legs already, meaning the finish of this climb is going to be a little easier. But you can see these guys are going pretty early on this one. Can't go full gas that early. So you really got to save something, and I have saved something. And we now go and finish this off. On the way to the line, I'm going to sit up a little early, but yeah, bike throw, no problem.
Excellent. You increase your lead on the overall climber standings.
That also mathematically doesn't guarantee there's still 5 points left, and there was somebody back in the peloton that could catch me, but it's all but done now. Well, I'm back in the peloton. The group attacked while I was speeding things up, and it split the group up. We're only a minute 20 behind anyway, so it was already looking pretty obvious that the group was going to get caught. As a result, I need to get someone protecting me. Venturini should not be the one protecting Gorka Izaguirre, as he's sitting in yellow. How about we... Oh, no. I didn't mind too much that this happened. 1, I've already got that combativity locked up. 2, I've got the KOM locked up. Who'll taken away a point there. Now there's only 4 left, so no one can catch me in the field, period. And it's only a minute behind, so I can contest the stage. Already down to just 12 kilometers. And I think this is a good time to just tell everyone to go ahead and use that blue gel. Okay, double climb on the way to the finish as we go through the 10K banner. Definitely want to be positioned well for the first climb. The first climb is going to be about not getting dropped. So let's go ahead and get in position. The front 5 still 48 seconds away, so they have not been caught yet, but the group's been out there a long time.
The Mur de
Huy is placed well.
It's a little more than 1 kilometer with sections at around 14%. A first opportunity to whittle away a few riders before the Mur de Huy, the foot of which is less
Barl's
than 5
running 100%.
kilometers
I'm
after
going
the
to follow
summit.
him for now. And the front 5 split up. It's hard to see from here, but that's 2 riders off the back of the front 3. Still 40 seconds down, though. Ideal. Coins coming through at the top. I'm going to overtake these guys here, and also, what can we do? Now's the time to tell everyone to use their other gel. Make sure that it's full for the final climb for the Mur de Huy. 27 seconds to the front 5. They have not been caught yet. Not a done deal. Turn left onto the climb here in just a moment. We've got 1.5K.
The lead group has begun the ascent of the Mur de Huy.
Change of leader in the overall youth standing.
Okay, big acceleration. Don't want to ride hard. You just gotta kind of
He's trying to get out. Watch out!
push that little bit harder. Okay, we got those front 5. Ride a little bit harder. 500 meters. Okay, now's the time to tell everyone to attack.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration.
And we're back in position. I am 12th on the road, but as you come over the top, you've got to have something to sprint with.
It's not always a good idea to be too many in a breakaway, as the others will not necessarily want to cooperate with us.
Not for the win,
You'll soon
but
have
that's a
no
good
more
finish there. Might have gotten 3rd, but I think it might have been 4th or 5th, most likely. But Hamilton and Venturini already crossing the line right about the same time as myself. So the whole team is placed well on this one. All right, so Van Aert wins the stage ahead of Mohoric. Pignzoli gets 3rd. I did just miss the podium, as I suspected, with a 4th place finish. Venturini was there in 11th. 14 riders on the same time, then 9 seconds to a chase group that gets through 30th, and then everybody else coming in. Gorka Zagira definitely losing time. He lost half a minute. Pick up 1 point in the KOM, and nobody else had more than 2 points on the day. So King of the Mountains is mine to be had. I picked up 30 points today. I don't know if that's going to bring me into the points classification. I doubt it, though. I really doubt it. But we will find out. And with that combativity, 126K, and all of these guys had nothing at the beginning of the day. So even though I lose 20K to a handful of riders, it's not a big deal, because here is now the GC. Venturini drops to 2nd. Van Aert moves into the race lead. Mohoric is 3rd. Van der Poel. Gorka is down to 11th. Kopechki at 19th. Pignzoli 37th. I am 51st at 12:53 down. Remember, we intentionally lost time on stage 1 so that we could get into breakaways. But there is your confirmation. King of the Mountains. There are no points in the last 2 stages, so it is 1. 7 points has done the job. Points classification, though, yeah, I'm still too far down to threaten, especially with only 1 competitive stage left other than a time trial. We remain 2nd in the team classification, and I am very comfortably ahead in the combativity. I do not need to be in the breakaway in stage 4. It was mentioned in the comments that I could absolutely cheese the Cobbled rating and go off the back with a teammate and just make sure I cross the line first in every group to get that Cobbled rating up. And that is tempting. That is tempting, but we will not do it in that manner. If we find ourselves off the back and there's a teammate nearby, then I know that that's a way to still pick up points, but that's only going to happen if I legitimately get dropped. I'm going to try to go in the breakaway again. Crazy start to the stage, as apparently I'm a green jersey threat, but not a GC threat. So there's no stopping the breakaway from forming, but all of the points contenders have gone with me. And we're looking at quite a few riders off the front at this point, including favorites for the stage. That could be an interesting one. It's going to be hard to finish at the head of a Cobbled section with some of the best Cobbled riders, period. Things starting to settle down just a little bit. 4 of us, 4 chasing, 2 chasing them. So 10 total off the front, just over a minute ahead. And now it's down to just 8 riders total. I mean, group 2, there's 6 of us. There's 3 at the front. And I'm surrounded by quality. I mean, Decathlon, G, Toynes, Philipson. We are 7 seconds behind. Apparently, people are upset that I'm not working, so let's work. 20 seconds ahead of the peloton. Philipson gets dropped from the group. Will him going back to the peloton get them to set up? Back into the peloton. Peloton's still not setting up for now. Will Bevan... Well, Bevan's attacked, right? Bevan was not in the group. I think there's a point in time here where numbers are low enough that they will set up. I'm going to go ahead and use my gel. Recharge now. Especially when the feed zone is not long after that intermediate sprint, so it's before we ever get to the cobbles. G back into the peloton. Have they decided to set up? It's gone out a few seconds, but it's not going out rapid.
His team is at full throttle. They have no one at the front.
Bevan has been able to hang on so far, but riding solo is hurting him a lot more. And I think he's going to be back in the peloton in a moment. Maybe the 5 of us? Where they seem to have let up pace-wise just a little, so maybe, just maybe. Yeah, Decathlon. Not Thomas. Has been dropped from the group, so we're down to 4 actually. Boyvin's tired, and the group as a whole is tired. This peloton really needs to sit up and let us go. Yes, there's quality here. I mean, Courtney Nielsen, Toynes. And I've split it off to 2 riders riding hard, as I said, I'll work with opponents. I'm now solo, and there's only 2 left. Weird stage. Weird stage so far. I've already won the combativity. This isn't about that. Different riders attacking now. Robit. And now it's just the 2 of us. Will the peloton still not setting up? There's 2 riders off the front and an absolute nobody with Robit. It's me. They're chasing me. After the intermediate sprint, it might be possible to attack. I'm not a threat to the sprint. The math isn't mathing. I cannot win that. 5K from the intermediate sprint. There's no turning around and attacking right after.
Collective fall. It may create gaps. The head of the race is 3 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
I may yet be out of the
breakaway's
peloton.
over. It's start all over again.
But Perron was given orders if we make contact with the group, I'm not going to cheese this thing on purpose. I'm into a group of 15. There's 64 behind us. This is just a crazy start to the race. I'm loving that 5 riders are there in the 76, but now I'm there in the 76. They've sat up because the intermediate sprint is done, but off the front is 2 riders. I would attack, but I have no energy to do so.
The first sector to be crossed stretches from Gruson to the
only
Carrefour de
1K.
l'Arbre, meaning 1,100 meters of cobblestones. Positioning is key because the sector is very narrow.
Narrow sector, okay, so I very much need to be near the front for this thing. And I can't attack and go solo, I'm finding, because that's not leading the group. Okay, it's short, come on, come on. Get to the front, get to the front. I don't need to attack, I just need to be over the front first. What? I was over the front first, and then Milan comes through. I didn't get credit for anything there that I know of. Well, this day is not going well. This day is really not going well. Here we go again. 3 stars. 1.4K. I need to already start accelerating. I can't. I'm going backwards. I'm going almost full gas. I'm going backwards. I'm just so bad, cobble rating wise. I have a 59. It's quite atrocious. And there is no breakaway anymore. The breakaway's been caught. And get off the front. That's my best hope, being a group of 3. Okay, I have separation now, but I also have like no energy. This is all about the next cobbled sector and just hoping.
Looks like the
Beyond
breakaway
hope.
still has some gas left. It's still able to widen the gap.
He's got his teammates
Peloton's
riding
not
because
setting
a
up at all,
rider
though.
who's
They're only
dangerous for the
20K.
stage victory has broken away.
For Mirsch? For Mirsch is the threat, not me, right? They can't consider me a threat. I have a 59 cobble rating. They know that.
30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
This is not going to go well. 4-star sector, and I'm gonna be out the back of the peloton probably by the end of the sector. There goes Vermeer's just flying past me. Evenipol's like, "Hey, you okay, man?" It's such a short sector, but look how slow I am. Decathlon rider Armorell's just like, "Get out of my way!" I've nearly gone out the back of the peloton. I really nearly have got out the back of the peloton. I'm 119th on the road of 155 if you count the 2 breakaway riders. Like, that happened fast. That happened very fast. I'm already out the back. The group split. How is it group gamer? I'm the big name here. Are you kidding me?
Last time checked
Wow.
with a breakaway.
I've
1
got the King of
minute.
the Mountains. I suppose that's why I get the namesake. There's David A. Ballerini, Yul Jensen, Damar. There's plenty of bigger names. Albanese. You get the point. It's because I'm in
The
the
next
King of
sector
the
is
Mountains jersey.
located in Bear City.
Quickly going out the back again. I would love to be in a scenario where all of a sudden there's one rider with me, but no, I'm totally alone here. I think I see the end here. Tiller's only going 50, and I can't even keep up with him. I can't even keep up with him. Oh, I'm so bad. I can't even cheese the thing. I'm not intentionally doing this. It's just the scenario has presented itself. 2.4K is going to be hard. I'm about to bonk out, and he rides away from me just before the end of the sector. Oh, we've caught up again on the next one, though. Again, he goes through first as I bonk out just before the end of the sector. And this time I leave him behind? Nope. Then he leaves me behind. And then he leaves me behind again. Oh. Christophe Laporte wins the stage ahead of Vanderpool, Mads Pedersen. Oh, I forgot about my teammates. I was so distracted. How we doing here? You guys are all in the peloton, 5 minutes behind. Let's... Can I... They've already crossed the line? They haven't already crossed the line. They have already crossed the line. Front group did come in together. Venturini 17th. No time losses. Means he should still be in a good position. He might not be in second. Laporte, Vanderpool, or Pedersen might have gained enough time in bonuses to move ahead of him, but he's almost certainly still on the podium at the least. So we're in a great position there. The team time trial will matter for Venturini and our hopes of a decent overall finish. But there was no KOM points, which is fantastic for me. The points classification is what absolutely did me in today. And the fact that we were going on cobbles when I have a 59 rating. Outside of one sector, they were all much on the harder side. Team classification, though, as a team today, we lost 2 minutes, and so we've been ruled out. Combativity was already in the bag, but I actually still had the most kilometers off the front today. And Venturini remains in second, just 4 seconds down. Vanderpool did move up, but not ahead of Venturini. But we're in trouble now with that team time trial, as we're likely going to lose some time. But if we keep it down to about a minute, he could still finish potentially in the top 10 or at least top 15 or so and earn some points. We're still second in the team classification, but 3.5 minutes down. We're not going to beat Visma. Jumbo Visma is way too tough. Combativity, yeah. Taken care of, done. So that's 2 classifications that I'm going to collect the victory on for a moderate level tour in the Euro Tour. It's not that lowest level. There's going to be some decent points coming out of this.
We now welcome a new team onto the starting line.
Team time trial, here we go.
Ready to set off on this time trial. Come on, let's hear it for them.
Okay, previously I've done quite poor with these.
It's a really technical route for a team time trial. You'll have to be on the money when it comes to trajectories and rotating pools.
Okay,
Have a
and
good time trial.
yeah, wanting to make sure we peel off on a regular basis here. I've definitely learned some of my lessons.
Come on, guys. We're at a decent
And now I
climb
know
of about
how
2
to look
kilometers.
behind us
Come
and not
on,
just to the
all
side.
together. Everyone in
I want to
sync.
use the stick to
Go.
turn the
Go.
camera was the problem that I was having before. Who is this? Chris Hamilton? Yeah, he can climb decently well. In fact, I want to push harder on this climb. We don't want Venturini. He's not a climber, so we don't want him doing the work here over the top. So Gorka will continue to carry us over the top on this one.
Come on, guys. Step on it.
Okay, back into the TT. We can still handle this corner.
Come on, stay focused. It's still as winding.
Okay, red bar has recovered. Blue seems fine for everybody. Let's get on to Hamilton. That was me freaking out because of the tight corner and getting out of that TT
We're
position.
coming to the first intermediate time check. Go, go.
I hit the
Stay
wrong button.
focused.
It went right back to Piganzoli. All right, first time check. We are down on the time we want to be, though.
It's not good, guys. We're not up to the
18:36
pace.
seconds
We could have
behind.
had a better time at the...
And I'm losing time, not being in the TT position, all that. It's just weird that it kind of goes back and forth. Are they all switching to TT in and out when I do that?
You've got the job half done, guys. Go on. Never bend. All together.
Halfway through. Halfway through. Energy seems better than half, so this is good. Definitely managing this one better than past time trials, but still a little flawed. It's hard. Yeah, oh, so much better. We only lost 5 seconds instead of 36. Navigating this.
5 kilometers. Come
Venturini.
on, guy.
Oof. How's he doing? Let's get on to the next guy, Hamilton. Venturini's got to make it. He's the key man. Remember, I was talking about losing 1 minute, and it was looking bad after Sector 1, but it's not so bad now.
There's only 2 bends left inside.
But we're also getting towards the end. So fatigue is low. I definitely have the energy. I think I need to lead this thing the rest of the way. Much improved, as long as that wasn't Venturini off the back. That was so much better than previous time trials, team time trials. The finish was fine, but what was the time like? We were at 36, then 41. 2:42. We lost 2 minutes in that last sector.
You fought well.
They wanted me to back off too. That's crazy. That was our target time. We were 36 and 41 off of our target time. Overall, it was 2 minutes and 42 seconds down. So Sudal half a minute ahead of any chasers. And were we last? Eek. And I was all impressed, and then no, not impressive. We were not last. AG2R plus whoever that is. That makes me feel better. And we were 3 seconds behind Intermarché and 2 seconds behind Archaea. We were similar to a lot of teams. Van Aert takes the win. Pidcock. How did Pidcock get second and move up? Because that's Jumbo-Visma, right? Not Sudal. So Van Aert keeps the win by 1 second over Tom Pidcock. That's crazy. Velens moves into the podium third. Venturini ends up 14th. Like I was saying, I was hoping that if we can be about a minute down, we could stay within the top 10. We ended up 2.5 minutes down on the number 1 team anyway, which was 2 minutes down, like almost exactly 2 minutes down on Jumbo. And yeah, it dropped us to 14. That was kind of my fallback. Plan B was please stay top 15, and we did manage that. That team time trial was pretty bad. Clearly, I lost a lot of time in that first sector trying to get the hang of things. I got a much better run through the second sector. Pretty sure that third sector as well, especially when the target times was quite a bit slower than what we were actually going, and I managed to get everyone but one rider over the line still as a group, even while pushing on towards that finish line. So pretty sure I improved our time over that last sector, but that was still probably a good half minute down, if not 45 seconds down on what they were hoping the team could manage during that race or during that stage. And Venturini had 40 seconds or say 30 seconds better, he would have been 11th. 40 seconds, we could have gotten him to 10th. But the race is done, so KOM is confirmed as victory. Van Aert wins the points classification. Desjardins had the same number of points. Boyfriend was only 1 behind. That was very close. Young Rider goes to Pidcock. Kopechki was 6th. We dropped to 4th as a team, just 3 seconds behind Alps and Ducanic. That's one that we probably should have managed to at least get on the podium for, but we did stay ahead of Movistar, and that's still a really good result, surrounded by the big World Tour teams, and it crushed that combativity by being in every single stage breakaway. That's going to be worth some points. And speaking of, Pogacar just shy of 1,000 leading. Evenepoel is second. Vingegaard is the other podium rider. Van der Poel moves up to 6th with his performance in this race. Van Aert cracks the top 10 with his performance. And I am 17th with 243 points now. Pretty impressive season for just a second-year rider, and absolutely the bulk of the points for the team. But Venturini moves into second best for us at 44 points. I don't think he had any before this race, so he got a pretty good haul here. Piganzoli, Gorka, Hamilton are the others that have scored more than 15 for us. And as a team now 397 points and all the way up to 13th. We have jumped that entire group in one race. Impressive that. I did not expect that at all, as we had dropped to 19th. I knew that it was possible we can get back to 18th, but I didn't think we would jump that entire group. We're only just ahead of Movistar, just 10 points, and these guys all have Il Lombardio and we don't, and that's a big scorer. So there's going to be Movistar and Archaea and Decathlon are probably going to get back ahead of us. But I think our chances of finishing in the top 18 are now wonderful, because we also have another easy race ahead of us that some of those teams are not going to be at, or certainly not score. And we're going to be aggressive and get after that one and do well, and maybe even win an overall, and jump to, say 12th momentarily. That would be something. I would be quite thrilled by that, and then Il Lombardia could drop us back down to 14th or 15th, but it looks like we might have secured that top 18 now, and I'm thrilled by it. I'm totally here for that. Next up, my improvements, still a 75.2. No gain in that department, but there is absolutely, unequivocally gains where we need them. Recovery, now an A with a +2. Cobblestone, +5. +5. We went from a single sector lead up to 5, even though I had a terrible race. That 4 additional sectors has given us 3 points, and finishing 2 cobbled stages has given us 2 points. We still have that lead 1, 2, or 3 to get the next couple of points, but at 64, that's +5. Like, that's a massive gain. Those 4 and 5 star sectors are freaking hard. I mean, the 3-star sectors are absolutely crushing us. I think the 3-star sectors are going to start to be okay. The 4-star sectors are going to still be quite hard, but it's not going to be as atrocious a pace as it has been. And we'll find a way to get those points here at some stage. At this point, if we do get that top 18, Paris-Roubaix and Vlaanderen, the Ronde van Vlaanderen will be 2 additional points right there. Prologue, +1. Time trial, +1. That's just the second team time trial that we have competed in. The weird thing for me here is, to get better at time trial, when you're bad at time trial, you have to win time trials. You can't win time trials if you're bad at time trials. So it's very strange to me that so many of the points are locked behind winning, when winning is going to be really hard to come by. I would think that at least a couple of these would be better for placing. Like, 1 point would be finish in the top 50 of a time trial, individual time trial. And 1 point would be finish in the top 25 of an individual time trial. And then 1 point would be finish in the top 10 of an individual time trial. And then you get into the win individual time trial bonuses. It's really freaking hard to improve your time trial rating. It's only a 70. It's not good. And that's not beating anybody. That's still hardly competitive. I mean, we were a 69. Now to 70. Woo! Flat rating, +1. We finished 15 flat stages now. And here we go again and win flat stages. But that's going to come down to the sprint, which is a 70. And that's hard to win. But win intermediate sprints, 3 more of those. It will get us our next sprint point. Winning a flat stage, I think on the easier one is possible. Winning a hilly stage, absolutely possible in the not too distant future, and that can help us with that sprint and that acceleration. And there's a way to get those points, but right now, obviously, the punchy is our greatest strength. But that's going to do it for this episode. We're in such a good position as a team, as an individual. Really impressed with how things have gone in this second year, and we are going to absolutely be able to bring the team on to another stage, another level in the coming season, with more improvements to come, and we'll get more competitive. And right now I'm already back up to being the best rider on the team. It didn't take long into this season to make that happen. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.